We're here this afternoon speaking with, is it Doctor? It's Dr. Sheldon Gilderfoot, who is both a professor, a distinguished professor, a lecturer in history at the Jurgensen's Gulch Community College, Branch B. And he's also a Civil War enactor, part of the Finnmark Fighters Division.
Absolutely.
Professor, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure.
As you know, we're doing a little story on the mystery of the mysterious missing booty of Jurgensen's Gulch. And you, as an academic authority, we're hoping to lend some real gravity to our documentary and the founders of our Constitution. Now, what can you tell us about this old Blevins, the legend of the Skunk Ape?
The skunk ape, the Blevins skunk ape. Now, this was a long ago story, a legend that came back from the Comanches, I believe.
The Comanches?
The Comanche Indians along the, was it the Bosque County, if my memory serves me correctly.
That's correct. And what exactly is a skunk ape? Strictly from an academic perspective.
A skunk ape is an animal that was about 6 foot tall. It had ambiguous genitalia, it was a hermaphrodite, so it could breed with itself.
Interesting, fascinating.
Very interesting, very, very interesting. And there's a little known fact that most people are not aware of, but that's something that I have found in my studies, some anthropologic studies that I personally have done as a part of the community college study set that we have. Anyhow, the skunk ape would be as tall as I told you. And it had a stink bag, kind of like a skunk. You understand?
A stink bag.
A stink bag that you had. A stink bag was what we call it down here. A stink bag. Then when it was approached and threatened, it would spew this stinky stuff through its nipples, and it would stun you to the point to where it could go and take certain body parts from you.
Horrifying, absolutely horrifying.
Very,
Professor.
very scary.
Now, have you seen a skunk ape yourself?
Well, no, they've been extinct for a while.
They've been extinct.
Right about the time the passenger pigeon was extinct, I believe.
I
And the
see.
dodo bird.
Of course. That all makes very good sense. Now, what can you tell us? Of course, we've been following the story about Mr. Phineas Manfred Jurgensensen and as you
Well, the 3 or 2, I get confused sometimes.
I believe there's
the
3.
translations are very difficult for me.
Jurgensensen.
Or perhaps you know more about this.
Well, I'm just learning about this on the fly. I'm just a television host. What do I know? You're the expert, of course. But so we're wondering. We've heard the story told by several people about his obtaining, shall we say, the golden foot of the skunk ape. But what can you tell us about Mr. Jurgensensen himself? We understand he was part of a famous Supreme Court case in 1860.
This was a very, very famous case. Now, you understand that the Jurgensensen was indentured replacement. Came over from his homeland, as a lot of the natives from his land were. They were cheese makers in this community. As a matter of fact, they had a very interesting method of making cheese out of human breast milk. They used
Wait. Human breast milk?
Human breast milk. It's a little known fact. And a technique that we, quite frankly, have not been able to duplicate here in modern times.
Was this a Finnmarkian tradition?
I believe it was, and the method of pumping was called the spit, don't swallow method of pumping a human breast.
I see.
Very interesting. Anyhow, there was some type of upheaval, or for some reason, Jurgensensen got very upset, and he and his comrades spilt off warm human breast milk and the human breast milk curds into the creek.
This is what I take it has gone down in the history books as the infamous warm milk incident.
I see you understand our history of this particular part of the country. Absolutely. Very famous. And to make a long story short, they basically took this all the way to the Supreme Court to see if they could break their indentured status.
I see.
And in fact they did.
And they won that case, which is
a landmark case.
Plessy,
very famous.
Plessy versus Jurgensensen.
You probably studied that in your history.
I do believe I have heard it is familiar to me. I wonder if you could tell us something, Professor, about Madame Legreen, the infamous saloon and bordello owner from Jurgensen's Gulch.
She's a very interesting character in the local history.
Yeah, of course.
And in fact, she did have a bordello and running the ladies of the night, so to speak, for the pleasure of the men that worked in the community. Now, a little known fact about her is that she was a black market Cordovan shoe wax distributor.
Black market.
She used the traditional
shoe wax.
Right, the traditional Spanish Cordovan leather process. She had adapted that with the local materials, and they were using that illegally, I might add, to waterproof the watercraft, the canoes that were made out of the animals.
Waterproofing canoes with Cordovan shoe wax.
Absolutely.
Madame Legreen was
a dark
something else.
mahogany-colored canoe, gorgeous, gorgeous.
I wonder, Professor, is there any other mysterious foot lore, shall we say, in the area, perhaps in the native traditions? Anything about feet that's unusual or striking, per se?
You must be referring to the Comanche Nine.
The Comanche Nine.
Yes, a very, very dark day indeed. The Comanche Nine. 9 strapping young bucks, braves, the cream of their tribe, went off on a hunt. 9 left. 9 came back. 18 feet gone.
Professor, off camera, you understand. I wonder, I'm going to be in the area for a day or two. I wonder, could you, is there any way you could direct me to a place where I might meet some lovely young lady or ladies? You look like you know what you're doing. You look like a well-dressed fella. You look like, you might not do so bad with the ladies, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I do have that certain sexual energy vibe that members of the opposite sex have been known to pick up.
Well, of course, that's precisely why I'm asking you this question. It's a personal question, of course, you understand.
There is one bordello in Bosque County now that said that the women there are direct descendants somehow of those skunk apes. So they do have the ambiguous genitalia. So if you're looking towards swinging both ways with one person, you might be interested in that. I personally have tried that a few times and find that quite to my liking.
That sounds like something I might want to look in.
Kind of yin and yang at the same time.
Fascinating. Now, would it be under B for bordello or P for prostitute? What would I find there?
Madam Yin Yang's and Yin Yang Palace.
Oh, it'd be under Y for yin yang. Oh.
Madam Yin Yin Yang.
Should I look in the business pages or the yellow? No, the yellow.
Business.
Under business, okay.
Under M for morphodite. That's what they call them. Because people, it's really hermaphrodite, but in this part of the country, people call them morphodites.
I see.
Absolutely.
So, is this it here? Is that the one
That's
on
exactly right.
On South Avenue P?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, Professor. That's very
Absolutely.
very helpful. I can't tell you. It gets lonely out here on the road shooting these shows. I gotta go.
Lonely after 30 minutes with him. Shim, I guess you call it.
Well, I'd like to thank you so much, Professor Gilded Foot, for joining us here today on the founders of our Constitution.
Truly been my pleasure.
It's so nice to have some academic input on this what is shaping up to be a most bizarre story.
Absolutely.
I just wonder if I might ask you one final question before we wrap things up here, and I couldn't help but notice you wearing a paper bag over your left foot. Is there some reason for that you might share with us?
We don't talk about feet in these parts, boy. This interview is over.
Professor, I'm so sorry.
Did you get the F-stop on that? We've really got to stay on schedule.
I think I got it. Ira, you need to stay with us and don't get lost again. We need you to stay around.
I told you yesterday I'm feeling really tired. I'm confused.
No.
And, I mean...
Excuse
Rachel,
me.
come on.
No,
Rebel,
Ira,
what are you doing here? Rebel?
Hey, it's Rebel
It's
McGinty.
Mr. McGinty.
When did you get here?
Well,
we filmed you 2 days ago.
Yes, I was just wandering out, about 5 miles from my house, minding my own business.
Well, it seems that we're not exactly getting straight answers out of the so-called experts we've been consulting on this mystery of the golden foot. So we've chosen to consult with Madame Capizio, a psychic and a practitioner of the ancient Moravian art of pedomancy, which, of course, as you know, is divination by shoe. Madame Capizio, thank you so much for joining us today. Madame Capizio, could you please tell us, where is the lost foot of Jurgensen's Gulch today?
It is everywhere and nowhere.
Madame Capizio, who or what killed the three Magnuson boys and cut off their feet?
Simon Cowell.
Wasn't he born at least 100 years after the incident?
Or was he? This ring you lost is in a hotel sink in Canton, Ohio.
Hey, wait, Canton, Ohio? I've never been to Ohio.
You will. I see a grad student wearing a Dukakis shirt, but voting for Bush.
I'm so ashamed.
I see a little red-bearded man wearing a wig and holding dolls.
Madame Capizio, stop!
You stole a copy of the SAT. I see you back at the Super 8 tonight with a drinking straw stuck in your nose. I know why women laugh at you.
Tony!
I see Ira sobbing on the playground while all of his friends yell, Ira has a pimple butt! Ira has a pimple butt! I see Ira in a black corset sniffing a parrot cage.
Oh, Madam Capizio, please, could we back to the Jorgensen's Gulch story? What exactly is a skunk ape?
Think of a badger with a face of Merv Griffin. This line means that you have a teeny weeny little...
Oh, Tony! Who is this lady? Where did we find her, huh?
When the new moon arrives, take on a hobby. Tennis is nice.
Oh, this is patently ridiculous.
That towel will only bring you heartache.
Oh.
Avoid the gray ladder. For best results, wash in cold. Remember, no matter how much she pleads with you to try the wheat, opt for the pumpernickel instead. Wheat will only bring you sorrow.
I wanted you to tell me, Madame Capizio, am I a summer or an autumn?
Red is a very exciting color. Red is the color of the lords, the kings. Look, don't know. You have a bit too much of the pink in your skin.
Yeah.
Although it is an exciting color, red is an exciting color. Let's see about the yellow, because oftentimes people with red hair look wonderful in yellow. This is really a color for the summer people. Summer people wear canary yellow, and they look very crisp. We put white with it. It's just great. Now, we just don't know if... Let's see about this, because it's got the combination of the blue... Oh, look at you. There it is. You're an autumn.
Madame Capizio, thank you for joining us today, but if I may ask you one personal question, why is your foot placed inside this lovely soup tureen?
This consultation is over.
When is Craft Catering getting here?
So Tony, where's the damn roach coach?
The roach coach is supposed to be over there, but I'm not
famished.
sure.
I'm starving.
We gotta use
my
that Spanish
God.
house where they...
Rachel, what are you thinking? Did you
I
call
called
Mark?
them.
What are you doing here?
Well, I was just standing here, just simply minding my own business.
We're here this afternoon talking with Ficus Lindley, who we understand is the foremost local expert on the mystery of the golden foot of Jurgensensen's Gulch. Mr. Lindley, what can you tell us about the skunk ape and its mysterious golden foot?
Well, that don't sound too natural to me, but I'm going to tell you one damn thing for sure, because I know this to be a fact. That's some dang good chili. My mama made that chili for me, and she does that every Christmas for me, which I like a lot.
Well, it certainly smells good, but what about
Would
the...
you want to buy that chili?
No, thank you. We covered that already. Let's see.
You mind if I have me a
Now you
sip of
you
this?
go right ahead with your thing, but we need to ask you some
Let
questions.
me just
here
ask
about-
you something, Mr. What was your name?
I'm Ira Fannasthe. You
Ira.
recognize me from television, don't you?
Y'all mind if I attend to a little personal hygiene for a second while we talk?
Tony, is this kosher?
You mind if I work on my nails a little? I'm thinking maybe what you need is a little background.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's what we're looking for.
Well, let me see what I can do for you. See, I've been around these parts for quite a while. I first come to this country a long time ago.
And you're a native of Finnmark?
No, I'm not. I don't know if you was aware of this or not, but I'm not from here. But I've been here for a long time. See, there's a difference. My people first come down here from up at Canada. I'm a Canadian. And I'm one Canadian, damn proud to, be a part of your project and everything. You ever been up there to Canada?
Yeah, I've been to Canada for sure.
It's right up there on the Red River. No, I'm not talking about Canada. I'm talking about Canada.
Canada?
Home of the proud Canadians.
Tony, who is this guy?
Anyway, let me just shed a little light on this subject if I can for you. I'm gonna save the rest of them for later. I like them. One thing about it, Mama always told me that it wasn't polite to do what I just did at the table, but I figure bad manners is probably not as bad as no manners at all. And I got a little bit of pride in me that you sure you don't want to buy this?
But tell us what you know about the skunk ape. Please, could we stay a little bit on focus here?
Well, I'll tell you one dang thing for sure that I've learned over time. Heat burns. Sharp will cut you, and pain, it really hurts.
What are you saying, Mr. Lindley?
Let me put it another way if I can. I'm gonna use some metaphorical language here with you to help you get an idea of where I'm coming from. Something I've always believed is grits ain't groceries, and pigs ain't poultry, and the Mona Lisa was a man. But never the twain shall meet.
What?
Well, just bear with me here and hear me out. But birds gotta swim, man, and fish gotta fly, and me, I'm the kind of guy that likes to make couscous.
Couscous?
Well, I think there's probably some of your legend that you're after that's rooted in the days of the Maharaja. In fact, it all comes rushing back to me now. And, speaking of couscous, I was first introduced to it by an old girlfriend of mine, Zsa. We was on a trip together up to New York, and Boutros Ghali had gotten us up there to Sing Sing, to see Sirhan, where he's incarcerated. We took the choo-choo and did the cha-cha the whole way, and I'm gonna tell you what, that Zsa was absolutely radiant, and her moo-moo and eyes like little BBs. Of course, we had the poo-poo platter, which was a no-no. We got to the prison that night, wouldn't you know it, there was a Duran Duran concert, and they served us that night in the cafeteria couscous and mahi-mahi and chow-chow, which was all Now here's something else that you might find interesting to know. Back in high school, one time I took a sheep to the drive-in. Now, these days and times, you don't see many drive-ins. What you see now is drive-bys. And so what I'm doing now, I'm putting together a little business plan, and you guys might be just the ones to help me implement my plan if you have any money. But what I want to do is set up some street corners with big TV screens where we'll get pedestrians out there watching, and then we can hire some brothers to drive by and pop a cap in their ass with their nines. And I think a concept like that is timely because it's in with what's going on now. And then the third girl that I was ever did go steady with was this little Italian girl. Her name was Lynn Guini, believe that or not. She was just skinny as a stick of macaroni, that one. I took her one time to a party and we got in the hot tub, and I like to never got her out of there. She just went limp as a noodle.
So, but then what
All
about
right. But the truth of the matter is, now I've been known to lie, but I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. The Southern Baptist Convention, the SBC, is the exact same thing as Southwestern Bell Company. SBC, SBC. There's a connection there, and I'm just telling everybody I can run into and talk to about this to wake up and smell the international coffee. You know, my mama was a Depression baby, and she always is telling me to clean my dishes. And I don't mean in the sink, I mean, you know, eat whatever was there. So I just done that. Well, Mama gave me the recipe to make this, and I've made it myself just a couple of times. But there's 3 different kinds of meat in that chili. And there's buffalo, and there's some shoulder steak, and then there's a 80-20 fat to lean chili meat in there as well. And first thing you got to do, of course, is brown your meat. I like to use Mexican oregano. I like to use me some white onions. Of course, I gotta have some fresh garlic. I use some roasted red peppers, but I don't put no chili powder in my chili. Never have, never will. I use only dried chilies. For 3 pounds of meat, I like to use 2 separate ancho chilies and 1 chipotle chili for that little bit of smoke.
Please, for the love of God, man, tell us something about the Golden Foot.
The Golden Foot? You want to see the shrine, don't you?
Yes, the shrine.
Well, why didn't you just say something, man? I could have took you out there about an hour ago.
Take me now. Take us now.
Mind if I finish my beer?
Just bring it with you.
All right.
Just ask somebody, Rachel, Tony, anybody. You got it yourself. Okay, come on, let's go.
Why didn't you just say so?
You lead the way.
All right. I'm going to take you to the shrine.
The shrine. Okay. We're going to the shrine.
Come on, then.
Hey, how many of these red barns do you have?
Oh, just that one. Bears.
I see.
Well, here we are. The shrine. Francis of Assisi.
Francis of Assisi.
Yep, that's it right there. That's the one you probably read about in the Inquirer. See, when my mama
now,
had a brother,
Mr. Lindley, Ficus, can I call you Ficus?
Well,
what does
yes,
this statue have to do with the Golden Foot?
I don't know nothing about the Golden Foot. This
you don't know anyway. Wait. Who are you? What do you do for a living?
Well, I've got the shrine here. The people come and pay me some pesos usually.
You're not the local historian on Jorgensen's Gulch?
I don't know nothing about it. I come up, my people come up here.
Oh, Christ! Tony, this is your fault.
I'm sorry. You listen. You owe me some money, man. You want to see the tortilla or not? It's got Jesus on it.
How many hours have we wasted here? I am not talking to you right now. I am not talking to you.
Listen, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you good.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't see him. I don't think he's here. I think we just need to pack up and get rolling. I don't know where he is. Do you have the keys? We're just gonna have to take off. You're gonna be there at 2 o'clock? You can't make it 1:30? Because we do have to stick on the schedule and everything. Oh, gee, what are you doing here?
I was just walking, minding my own business.
And then what brought you here?
Well, I just went walking, and I was about 5 miles from my home. And
Rachel, can we wrap everything up? A bird just shit on me.
Sweet. Good Lord!
Let me entertain you.
I love it.
Oh, an $85 hat.
Oh.
What do you think of that?
Woo.
13 feathers of the pigeon family and a bird of paradise plume. I hid this hat for 4 whole years.
4 years.
In this great big box at the foot of the bed, right here in this very same room.
Right here.
But now my spouse sits out of the box, and I'm gonna tell you what. Say, who's that racy middle-aged lady peeking underneath her veil? Why don't you know? That's Flaming Agnes. Her husband up and left her. Who's that pale, available matron underneath the peacock's tail? Why don't you know? That's Flaming Agnes, emancipated lady. Used to find her sitting in the kitchen. Mousy housewife was her name. But the day her husband up and left her, Agnes started to flame. Now they say that nothing can save her, and they blame her husband for the blazing shame of Flaming Agnes.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, Pee-Pee. I love it.
Oh, in this mirror, you will see your doom. Can you hear me? Hey, down there. Wake up. How do you like your eggs?
Overhawed with kippers.
I know you're in there. Pee-Pee! Ira, come out. I know you're in there. I can hear you. Ira, come.
And what do you boys want?
You know Ira's in there. I want to see him right now. Ira, are you in there?
Ira who?
Ira Fannasthe. He's in there right now. We've been looking for you for 2 days. Where are you, Ira?
Pee-Pee, you got any more of that delicious pound cake?
Ira, you come out right now. I can hear you.
Tony? Is that you, Tony?
You know this is me. We've been looking for you for 3 days.
Oh, Tony, I'm so sorry. Oh, good Lord, I'm so sorry.
Let's get his stuff and let's we're gonna get his stuff and get out of here, okay? Jesus.
What the hell are these gigantic black birds with the big tails? What are these things? They make this awful racket.
Magpies?
They're not magpies. They're not like little hopping pretty things. They look like dinosaurs or something. What the hell are they? Do you know?
Hummingbirds?
No, they're not hummingbirds. Jeez, what do you know?
Grackles?
Grackles, that's the one. They're driving me crazy. I can hear them above the hotel light posts at night, outside, right out by the window. It's crazy. Rebel? When did you get here?
I've been here for some time. I want to show you something. Follow me. Sit here. I want to show you something.
butterroot, 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 butterroot. A little old man goes butterroot, butterroot, butterroot pie.
As I said once before, we mind our own business in these parks.
Butterroot pie, straddle-a-ling to the store.
It was very cold that night.
Daddy's little boy has been a good boy.
I can feel your heart. I know you have a good, open, big heart. You want to help.
Oh, I was in the land of cotton.
You want to help me. You don't want me to fail. I can't fail. I'm Ira Fannasthe.
Get thee behind me, Ira!
We mind our own business in these parts.
Get thee behind me, Ira!
Oh, Mother Mary!
We mind our own business in these parts.
Get thee behind me, Ira!
Mind our own business.
Get thee behind me, Ira!
How did you get up there?
Tony?
How the hell did you get up there?
Is that you, Tony?
Ira, after this, we're gonna need to take some time off with you.
Tony, Tony, where am I?
I knew he was up there almost all afternoon, but I thought he knew what he was doing.
Rachel, call the fire department.
I was minding my own business, and I thought he wanted to be up there.
I don't know, Tony. I've been stuck here for I don't know how many moons, how many nights and days. It's
Rachel,
cold.
Call the fire department. Just stay up there. Stay up there.
I can't bend my knee.
Stay put. Don't move. Jesus.
What are we doing? What are we doing here, Tony? Seriously, what are we doing? Am I really doing this? I don't know.
I bought a ticket to the world, but now I've come back again. Why do I find it hard to write the next line? Oh, I want the truth to be said. Though I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse to meet in me. Oh, well, hello, darling. Hello, darling. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, darling. We can tell, darling. You're still glowing, you're still growing, you're still going strong. Oh, we feel the rooms swaying for the band's playing. What are your favorite songs from way back when? So golly gee. Oh, fellas, find her a making need. Fellas, darling, darling, never go away. Darling, darling, never